A part of the Vicksburg National Military Park's scenic route closed because of landslides and roads buckling. It's now ready for visitors, though. As 3 on your side's Rosalind Anderson reports, today the National Park Service resumes pedestrian and car access.
3, 2, 1.
The countdown and ribbon cutting marked the reopening of roadways vital to tourist travel at the Vicksburg National Military Park. In 2020, heavy rains caused catastrophic damage to Grant Circle and North Union Avenue, forcing the park to close them. After 6 years, repair work is completed, restoring access to motorists and visitors.
The complex repairs at these locations will bring benefits to Vicksburg neighbors and visitors for years to come. Benefits of this work include a restored landscape, more sustainable road drainage to better withstand future storms.
The 2020 storms caused landslides. Extensive restoration now stabilized the roadsides along the tour route. More than 22,000 Civil War soldiers are buried here. Also on site are over 1,400 monuments and memorials.
Today we are doing much more than reopening asphalt. We're restoring access to the hallowed ground where the fate of our nation was forged. When the historic 16-mile tour road was severed in 2020, a piece of the Vicksburg experience was lost.
In the coming months, monuments that were displaced will be restored and returned to their original locations. The 17-month project cost $7.4 million. Rosalind Anderson, 3 on your side.